Who determines the cost of your life? Is it the people around you, the society that constantly observes and judges, or is there something deeper within you? In a world where each of our actions can be analyzed and debated, it may seem that our worth lies in everyone else's hands but our own. However, let me share something transformative with you, stemming from the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. Your true worth springs from within, not from the applause or the critiques of the crowd. Today, let's explore how adopting Stoic principles can change your perspective on self-esteem, help you navigate the chaos of societal expectations, and lead you to a more authentic and resilient existence. We won't just scratch the surface, we'll dive deep, we'll challenge you to seek internal validation rather than external. And a word of caution, some of the ideas we'll discuss may feel radical if you are deeply rooted in the pursuit of others' approval. If you're ready to challenge the conventional, dive into the profound teachings of Stoicism and discover ways to cultivate a life that is truly your own, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with others who are also on their journeys of personal development and philosophical inquiry. Stay with us until the end to discover how ancient wisdom is more relevant today than ever, and why sometimes the deepest truths about ourselves and our lives require us to confront and question everything we thought we knew. Let's address something we all face but rarely stop to deeply understand: the trap of external validation. It's a trap set by our culture, skillfully woven into our daily interactions, where the number of likes, comments, or followers seems to determine our happiness and self-esteem. But is our worth truly just a collection of external approvals? Stoicism, a philosophy dating back to ancient Greece and Rome, vigorously contests this idea. The Stoics teach us that the only true good lies in our own virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. They assert that external factors, including others' opinions, are beyond our control and are critically indifferent to our true happiness. Imagine living in a state where your inner peace isn't disturbed by a critical comment online or a disapproving glance in a public setting. Stoicism isn't just about endurance, it's about recognizing what truly deserves your energy. Now think about the times you've posted something online. Often there's an almost immediate urge to check reactions. Every notification acts as a small reward, a stimulus that momentarily lifts your ego. But it's fleeting, isn't it? Soon you're checking again, eager for more. This cycle can become addictive, pulling us into the chase for external validation and away from self-sufficiency and true personal satisfaction. What's worse is that this craving for external validation doesn't just remain in the virtual world, it seeps into our real lives. We begin to shape our behaviors, appearances, and even life choices to fit what we believe will bring applause and acceptance. But here's an undeniable Stoic truth. When you base your happiness on others' perceptions, you give away your power. You become a hostage to a foundation as unstable as the fluctuating opinions surrounding you. Stoicism offers a robust antidote, focusing on self-validation. It encourages introspection, seeking your own approval. For the Stoics, the goal is to develop an inner fortress, immune to external disturbances. This doesn't mean ignoring others, but altering the weight their opinions hold. It's about finding freedom by understanding that you can exist fully and contentedly with approval that originates internally based on your own values and attitudes. By prioritizing internal validation over external, we begin to free ourselves from the trap. We start acting with a purpose that authentically resonates with our true selves, rather than with a fleeting image crafted for social applause. This transformation isn't easy, nor is it quick, but it's incredibly liberating. It empowers us to live authentically, choose paths aligned with our principles, and ultimately lead a life that's not just reactive, but truly our own. As we delve into Stoicism, we encounter a refreshing perspective on self-worth that radically deviates from today's norms. The Stoic philosophy, rooted in the teachings of thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offers a compelling view. Self-esteem should arise from within rather than being a reflection of external validations. Let's explore this further. Stoicism teaches us that true worth isn't something you gain or lose based on others' opinions. It's something inherently yours, deeply rooted in your virtues and the choices you make in alignment with them. What does this mean in practice? It means that your value isn't measured by the number of people liking your posts on social platforms, complimenting your appearance, or celebrating your achievements. These external elements aren't inherently bad, of course, but they shouldn't be the foundation for building your self-assessment of worth. For Stoics, the essence of self-esteem lies in living according to reason, in harmony with your nature, and adopting virtues like prudence, bravery, fairness, and moderation. This involves asking yourself, am I making choices I can justify? Am I leading my life in an honest and moral way? This internal deliberation fosters a solid sort of self-respect because it doesn't waver with external circumstances. It's self-generated and self-sustained. Think of the Stoic practice of daily reflection, often done through journaling or meditation. It's not just a tool for self-improvement, but a means to strengthen your internal set of values. Every evening, reflecting on the day, not to punish yourself for failures or tally victories, but to sincerely evaluate your actions against your values. This practice reinforces the understanding that your worth is determined by your ability to live virtuously, not by the volatile swings of public opinion. Embracing this Stoic view doesn't mean you become indifferent to others. On the contrary, it's about recalibrating the influence external voices have over your sense of self. In Stoicism, others' feedback isn't an indicator of your value, but a data point that can be used to enhance your alignment with Stoic virtues. This turns both criticism and praise into tools for personal growth without letting them disturb your inner tranquility. The beauty of understanding self-esteem as something that emanates from within is its constancy and self-mastery. You're no longer at the mercy of others' whims or societal pressures forcing you to conform. Instead, you gain the freedom to pursue a life that truly reflects who you are, built on the sturdy principles of Stoic philosophy. Exploring the concept of inner courage from the perspective of Stoicism reveals a fortifying aspect of this ancient philosophy. For the Stoics, courage isn't limited to heroic acts or facing physical challenges. It refers to the everyday bravery needed to live authentically and true to your principles despite external pressures and internal fears. Inner courage is vital in Stoicism. It involves having the resilience to face your own imperfections and fears, choosing actions aligned with your deepest values rather than simply avoiding discomfort or seeking others' approval. This type of courage requires you to look inward and question not just what you do, but why you do it. Are your actions driven by a genuine belief in their rightness or by a desire for external validation? Are they motivated by fear of rejection? Imagine a situation where you stand up for an unpopular but just cause. Courage here doesn't only manifest in the act of speaking out, but in overcoming the internal battle against your own uncertainties and fears. Stoic courage means staying your course, even when it's challenging, trusting that your internal compass is pointing toward virtue. Expanding on this view, Stoicism teaches that true courage involves facing not only external challenges, but also internal vulnerabilities. It's about being willing to accept and work through your emotions, including fear and anxiety, seeing them as natural and part of the growth process. This acceptance doesn't mean being dominated by these emotions, but rather observing them with a rational mind and deciding your actions based on wisdom, not impulse. This form of courage is deeply liberating. It frees you from the tyranny of trying to control what's beyond your reach, like others' opinions or all of life's outcomes. Instead, it directs you toward what you can control, your beliefs, decisions, and virtues. When you live this way, guided by inner courage, you're not merely reacting to the world, you're actively carving out your existence according to your true essence. Stoic courage also encompasses the willingness to re-examine your beliefs and attitudes in light of new information or stronger arguments. This flexibility is a form of bravery because it requires you to let go of perhaps long-held convictions when they no longer withstand rational scrutiny. It's about having the courage to grow and transform, recognizing that Stoic wisdom isn't about having all the answers, but seeking them with an open yet critical mind. By fostering this inner courage, we build a deeply Stoic resilience. It's a resilience that not only allows us to endure, but also thrive, turning life's inevitable challenges into opportunities for personal development. Every obstacle becomes a chance to practice virtue, strengthen our commitment to Stoic principles, and deepen our understanding of what it means to live a full life. Embracing vulnerability may not be the first thought associated with Stoicism, yet it's a surprisingly robust aspect of this philosophy. Vulnerability is often perceived negatively, seen as a sign of weakness or something to be hidden. However, Stoicism challenges us to entirely rethink this view. It teaches us that being vulnerable is not only an inevitable condition, but also a powerful virtue when faced with wisdom and self-awareness. Let's delve deeper into this idea. Stoicism recognizes that we are all subject to emotions, flaws, and setbacks. We are human after all. True Stoic strength lies not in denying these human traits, but in embracing them with acceptance and rationality. To be vulnerable in Stoicism is to acknowledge our fears, doubts, and limitations, and confront them with courage and honesty. Consider the idea that showing vulnerability requires more bravery than hiding your true feelings or pretending everything is okay. It involves opening up about your challenges and uncertainties, not for others to solve them, but so you can face them honestly and work through them constructively. This is a crucial part of Stoic practice, using logical thinking to guide yourself through emotions and transform potential weaknesses into opportunities for growth and personal improvement. But why view vulnerability as a strength? Because it allows for genuine reflection and personal development. By acknowledging your vulnerabilities, you give yourself the opportunity to address them. You transform them from hidden fears that silently control you into challenges you can face head-on. This kind of engagement builds true resilience, the Stoic kind, grounded in understanding and wisdom. Moreover, embracing vulnerability fosters deeper connections with others. When you're honest about your weaknesses, you create space for others to do the same. This can lead to more meaningful and supportive relationships, both personally and within a broader community. Stoicism doesn't encourage isolation, but rather a community of rational and mutually supportive relationships, grounded in honest and virtuous interactions. Accepting vulnerability also aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. When you accept that some aspects of life, like emotions and others' actions, are beyond your control, you free yourself to focus on how you respond to them. Vulnerability then becomes a field to practice control over your reactions and decisions rather than over the external world. Vulnerability, when embraced, leads to a more authentic existence. It allows Stoics to confront and accept their true selves, with all their imperfections and uncertainties. This acceptance doesn't weaken them. On the contrary, it strengthens their resolve to live in alignment with Stoic virtues. Building resilience is often seen merely as the ability to bounce back from adversity. However, from the Stoic perspective, this notion takes on a deeper and more transformative power. Stoic practices not only equip us to overcome obstacles, they completely reframe our understanding of what it means to be resilient, turning potential setbacks into valuable opportunities for personal growth and mastery over oneself. Stoic resilience is grounded in the crucial foundation of this philosophy, understanding and acting within the dichotomy of control. Stoics strive to clearly separate what lies within our power, our thoughts, attitudes and reactions, from what lies beyond our control, such as external events and other people's actions. This focus isn't passive resignation, but an active and empowering practice. By directing our efforts solely toward what we can shape, we conserve mental energy and maintain serenity in the face of life's uncertainties. For instance, consider the Stoic practice of daily reflection, often referred to as evening meditation. In this practice, Stoics review the day's events, not to dwell on what went wrong externally, but to evaluate their own responses and prepare for future obstacles. This self-assessment fortifies resilience by cultivating the habit of learning from every situation. Rather than being defeated by setbacks, Stoics use them as stepping stones, gaining insights into how to better navigate similar situations in the future. Stoicism also guides us in the art of managing our perceptions, a vital component of resilience. How we perceive a challenge shapes our response to it. If we see adversities as insurmountable obstacles, we're likely to feel overwhelmed. However, if we view them as natural and expected tests of our character and determination, we approach them with a more optimistic mindset. This shift in perspective doesn't diminish the reality of problems, but empowers us to face them with dignity and intention. Another Stoic tool for building resilience is the premeditation of evils, premeditatio malorum. This technique involves anticipating potential challenges and setbacks. Far from being an exercise in pessimism, it prepares the mind to face adverse situations should they arise, softening the blow and disappointment that surprises can bring. It's training for mental resilience, enabling Stoics to remain calm and pragmatic regardless of circumstances. Stoic resilience also entails staying committed to our values despite external pressures. This is evident in the Stoic concept of amor fati, love of fate. Stoics strive not only to accept, but to embrace everything life brings, trusting that every experience contributes to their moral and philosophical growth. This embrace isn't passive, it's an active engagement with life, choosing to see the potential for growth in all experiences, whether positive or negative. Building resilience through Stoic practices means developing a mindset that views life's challenges as essential parts of our personal and ethical development. It's cultivating the ability to face difficulties not just with strength, but with understanding, intention, and virtue. An inner strength that doesn't crumble under pressure, but grows stronger with each challenge faced. This doesn't imply isolation or disregard for others' needs and advice. It's about ensuring that the choices we make and the lives we lead are truly ours, not mere reflections of societal expectations or the desires of those around us. The Stoic practice of focusing on one's own path is closely tied to the idea of self-sufficiency, not in the material sense, but in the emotional and intellectual sense. Stoics believe in developing an inner fortress that relies less on external sources of happiness and more on inner peace and logical reasoning. This doesn't mean Stoics promote emotional insensitivity. On the contrary, they aim for a state where happiness isn't disproportionately dependent on external circumstances, which are always subject to change. By centering our lives on our own evaluations, guided by logic and morality, we confront life's challenges with a clearer vision. Think of Marcus Aurelius, who, under the immense pressure of leading an empire, found comfort and strength in his Stoic convictions. He focused on his own path, not just to govern effectively, but to live a life of personal integrity and virtue. His meditations prompt us to ask, are we making choices because they're just and right, or because we fear others' criticism or seek their approval? Focusing on your own path also means recognizing and embracing the concept of the obstacle is the way. Another Stoic principle teaches that obstacles shouldn't be seen merely as barriers, but as opportunities for growth. When we focus on our path, each challenge becomes a chance to apply Stoic virtues like courage, moderation, justice, and wisdom. This mindset transforms our perception of life's journey, not as a smooth path to be walked with ease, but as a series of learning moments that shape us into wiser and more virtuous individuals. Additionally, this Stoic practice helps cultivate personal responsibility. It's about taking ownership of our choices and their consequences. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control what happens to us, we have absolute power over how we respond. Focusing on your own path means taking control of your responses to life's ups and downs. It implies not blaming others or circumstances for your unhappiness or failures, but looking within, understanding what you can do differently, and making rational decisions aligned with your deepest values. This autonomy is freeing, but also challenging. It requires constant vigilance against the temptation to follow the crowd or take the easier route. It demands daily reflection, a cornerstone of Stoic practices where actions and intentions are reviewed to ensure they remain true to philosophical commitments. In essence, focusing on your own path is about authenticity. It's about creating a life that truly reflects who you are and aspire to be, not shaped by external pressures, but guided by your reason, choices, and virtuous conduct. As each of us walks our path, let us be guided by the rich wisdom of Stoicism, using it to illuminate our journey. Let us make choices that are not just convenient, but right and good, both for ourselves and for the broader community. By embracing this Stoic commitment to focusing on your own path, we not only forge lives of true fulfillment, but also contribute to a world where integrity and virtue are the compasses by which we all navigate. Thank you for joining me today and for being an essential part of our Stoic Journal community. Remember, the journey to living a Stoic life isn't just about enduring tough times, but transforming them into profound opportunities for personal growth and wisdom. As you continue on your path, embrace each moment with courage and integrity. Let Stoicism guide you toward a life of true fulfillment. Don't forget to watch one of the suggested videos on your screen to dive even deeper into Stoic practices and principles. Thank you for your time and dedication to improving yourself through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism.